everybody. I'm just gonna start right now because it seems like there's quite a few people in chat. Welcome to a rare Sunday stream. You guys know that I don't really do these very often, but today I'm gonna be doing another stream testing out the Xencelabs tablet. I hope everyone's doing well. I see some familiar faces in chat. Hi Tenchi, hi Acidic Pancake, hi Genevieve, hi Sheepy. The audio sounds good? Okay, good. I moved my mic down because I did try to do a stream, I think it was last week, and the mic kept cutting out. So clearly that's not the best, especially since I do want to send a VOD of this to the tablet company because, you know, they've been very gracious with having me test this tablet, and I want to be sure to give them like some good feedback. And it's kind of hard to do that when my mic's cutting out all the time. So yeah, we're gonna do a rare Sunday stream so I can go through some more stuff about the tablet, kind of talk more about like the things I really like about it, as well as just like work on this illustration of Doorman that I started last night and worked on till about 1 in the morning before I realized how late it was, and I was like, oh crap, I should probably get to bed. You were testing it the last time. How's the tablet feel? So, great, honestly. I really don't have anything negative to say about the tablet itself. All of the things I've encountered that have been kind of challenging are software based, and they're not like, it's not a problem with the tablet. It's really just Clip Studio settings, getting those set up properly, and just some Windows errors that, like, you know, Windows wasn't saving my settings for you know, having like a pen display, because Windows has its own proprietary software for like stylus tablets, and it's really bad. And it kept trying to like kind of step in like, hey, we got this, but it's like, no, I want the Xencelabs stuff. I don't want Windows Ink, you know? So yeah. I hope everybody's doing well today. We're gonna work on this some more, and I've got my checklist of things I want to discuss about the tablet, because I've had it for about a little less than a month now. I honestly thought I was only gonna have it for like a week or two, but I'm really glad that I've had plenty of time really to kind of get comfortable using it, and just kind of figure out what my what my potential workflow using it would be like. As most of you probably already know, my current workflow is pretty much exclusively on iPad. So the stuff I've done for Neopets, anything like illustration based, like commissions, like my own VTuber models I do for other people, those are all done entirely in the iPad ecosystem. So on Clip Studio Paint. And then as soon as I got like the files on there done, I export them out to Dropbox and then send them to clients. So that's how I was working for a long time. And while I really like my iPad, there's some limitations with it that honestly are not ideal. So like on an iPad, clearly you have a determined battery life for the product. And I'm not saying like, oh, my iPad died, I have to recharge it. When you have a tablet that has an internal battery, that means it has a predetermined life before that battery no longer holds a charge anymore. And my iPad is about 7 years old, so I'm starting to reach that point in the device's life where it's not wanting to keep the battery charged anymore, which is not ideal for someone who works exclusively on an iPad. So having this tablet to test here has actually been really nice, because I haven't had to worry about, you know, like right now pretty much my iPad has to be charged, like plugged in full time in order for me to actually get any amount of work done on it. Otherwise, like I have maybe an hour and a half of battery life, whereas, you know, when I first got it I had multiple hours. So not having to worry about the battery life is great. Another thing I really obviously clearly like compared to the iPad is how big the tablet is. My iPad, I think, is an 11-inch iPad Pro, and that's a pretty decent sized drawing space. But as most of you guys probably know, I have joint issues. So drawing small is really, really rough on my wrist, because most of my movement is coming from flicking my wrist or, you know, short movements with my hands. It's not using my full arm to draw. So that is bad for me long term because it means that I'm getting a lot of repetitive stress in my wrists, which compounds my chronic pain. So having the tablet here and being able to switch back and forth, because I've been switching back and forth to kind of feel the difference between like how the iPad feels to draw versus the Xencelabs tablet. And I've noticed a considerable difference with like how fast my arms fatigue on the Xencelabs tablet compared to the iPad. And I've noticed, like, for example, this illustration, which you can't see. I just realized I'm on the wrong screen. Let me actually show you guys. I'm sorry, I was on my just chatting screen. I was working on this illustration of Doorman last night. Yes, it's Doorman, my Pookie. This is the character that I made in Deadlock, which is a new unreleased game by Valve for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about. This illustration, I drew the entirety of the painted features on it. Pretty much the only thing I didn't draw on this last night was the sketch, which I can show. Of course, it's kind of hard to see. So this sketch, this blue sketch, I drew that a couple days ago, and I was up late last night. Grandma's playing some video games, and I was like, you know what? I want to work on something. It's been a minute since I drew something for fun, right? So I just completely drew this entire thing, which it's almost done, by the way. I really, really wanted to get this done last night, but it got to be about 1 o'clock and I finally noticed how late it was. And I'm like, okay, I do have to go to bed. Like, I know daylight savings time is occurring tonight, so theoretically I could just stay up like an extra hour, and it's like it didn't even exist because it's daylight savings time. But I was like, no, I'm trying to be better about my sleep, so I went to bed. But I got pretty much everything on this illustration done because I do want to keep it black and white. I think it kind of fits the character thematically. I pretty much got this entire thing done within about, I think I started on it at like, did I start? I think I might have started around like, I started at like 9:30 and I got this much done on it by 1 o'clock before daylight savings time hit and the hour rolled back. So yeah, I was able to work for, let's see, that's a half hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, almost 5 hours straight. I think. I'm bad at math, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong there. I was able to work for at least over 3 hours, right? I just realized, is my model like... My model tracking is not picking up right now. Anyway, what matters most is my words. Yeah, I was able to work for like over 3 hours on this, so that's incredible. Let me try turning on a lamp, because I do want... What is up with... I am moving my mouth. Whoa. Whoa! VTube Studio, you good? Wonder what's causing it. Whoa. It's the Dapper Man. Yeah, it is. I wonder if Clip Studio's lagging out VTube Studio. That's not good. I'm gonna have to do some troubleshooting with that. But yeah, so I was able to work for like over 3 hours continuously, which I think is great. Yeah. So I'm really, really happy with it so far. I'm hoping I could work out some sort of deal where I either get to like get the same tablet, because I think this one's a demo, so I will have to send it back. That guy from Fortnite, no, he's not from Fortnite. And my wrist felt fine, yeah. Like, I didn't, like, after I finished drawing yesterday, I really stopped drawing, not because my wrist hurt, but because, like, it was getting late, which I can't remember the last time that was the case. Deal Schmallow goes full gambler? No, I'm not gambling. Also, hi, Kiryu. No, this tablet was sent to me and it's a test tablet, so I don't get to keep it. which I really wish I could because I'm really liking it. But it's possible that I might be able to work out some other sort of deal where they either send me like the same model, which I'm really hoping because I'm really liking how big it is. But yeah, so we're gonna work on this more today. Hopefully my model behaves. Are they not sponsoring your stream? That's what I'm doing right now. This is basically a glorified review stream. So like if anybody has questions about the tablet, I am more than willing to answer them as far as my knowledge goes from using it for about a month. I basically consider this stream sponsored. Even they're not paying me. Best case, I probably get a free tablet, which would be awesome. But I just, you know, I want to share my experience about equipment. You guys know I'm very transparent about like what I use, like my computer setup, like that I use, you know, typically use an iPad and that's great, but I really, really like this question. How is it compared to the iPad and Apple Pencil? I did just talk about this, but I'll talk about it again. It's great. And I think the iPad is great on its own, right? It has its uses, but as a professional illustrator, I kind of prefer this because it's bigger and I don't fatigue as easy. Like I just mentioned a few minutes ago that I drew on this. I started the painting on this illustration last night. I was able to paint for over 3 hours without any sort of arm pain, which you guys know is usually what cuts my stream short when I do art, is usually it's my arms giving me grief and I have to like end stream. So the fact that I was able to work on this thing for 3 hours with no pain as someone with chronic pain in my arms, that's incredible. Yeah, it was honestly kind of like going from a normal mouse to a gamer mouse. Plus this thing has... I have my webcam set up, but it's not in the best space right now to show you guys footage. It has this little like hotbar widget that attaches to the side of it, and it has like commands, so it has like undo, redo, shift, control, alt, space, and then it has like a scroll wheel. So like when I've been here, let me get back into, I can scroll on this wheel to kind of zoom in, and I think it might be, yeah, it's centered around my mouse, so you know, if I want to zoom in on his face, all I have to do is hold my mouse over his face to zoom in here, which by the way, I did so good on his face. His face probably took me like a good 2 hours yesterday to draw. But yeah, like I'm really liking it a lot. How are the hotkey buttons? Great. They're right kind of like on the left, so for me, I am right-handed, so I'm using my right hand to do all the drawing. My left hand, I'm just, right now, it's just kind of cupping this hotbar on the side of it. So anytime I need to undo something, I'm just hitting a button real quick, or, like I mentioned before, scrolling with the wheel. So it's really nice. I like it a lot. The iPad, the only thing I will admit that I do miss from the iPad, and more so than anything, I think this is just the muscle memory that I'm gonna have to retrain, is that the iPad allowed you to kind of 2-finger move around the canvas. So you could hold down on the canvas with 2 fingers and kind of push, and it would move you around actually in your workspace. I do miss that. However, there is just a space button on the hotkey thing that just lets you move it. So that's really the only thing that I found myself like trying to do, is that 2-finger touch, or like the iPad 2-finger tap to undo. But because it has a little widget bar, all I really need to do is just get used to using that again. So it's really not the biggest of deal. Like I don't even have to have my keyboard next to me for all my touch controls or like my keyboard functions. The little widget thing, it has everything I need. So I really like have not found any major drawbacks to this piece of equipment besides the fact that it's not portable. And once again, I have my iPad still. It doesn't have the longest battery life, but I'm probably not going to be going on like 5-hour-long drawing sessions out in the wilderness with it anyways. So it's fine for what it is. I have my iPad if I want to draw remote, and if I want to draw at my desk, I have a more ergonomic, bigger drawing space that I'm gonna be able to draw longer and faster and you know, not hurt myself, which is kind of the goal right now, is to preserve my arm strength as long as, you know, as long as physically possible. That's me missing the two-finger undo with Procreate when I transitioned to CSP. Genevieve, you know there's a two-finger undo on CSP, right? At least on the iPad one. But yeah, I'm really liking it a lot. It kind of took me like about a day and a half of setup just to get it back to what I was used to with the CSP on the iPad. I basically just had both open, and unfortunately, and this is a problem with CSP, they don't allow you to like export out like a workspace with the windows and like your tools oriented the way that you like them, which I have a very particular way of doing that. So that was a little annoying, but you know, it wasn't too hard. So once I got it like matchy as the same on desktop as it was on my iPad, it was pretty easy to just kind of jump back in and get into the zen of drawing again, which was great. Oh yeah, I use CSP on PC now. Tablet has Procreate. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, unless you have like a tablet that has touch, which this one doesn't. But like I said, the widget bar that you can get for it, it basically just, you kind of get used to drawing with that and doing the undo function on that. But yeah, so yeah, let's see. I want to see what else did I write down? Oh, the stand for it. Oh my God. The stand, the adjustable stand on this tablet is so freaking nice. So I've used a Wacom tablet before, and those comes, and it was kind of the same thing where it's like a screen tablet that you draw directly on. You can, you know, you can see what you're drawing. It's like this. This was about, I want to say 10 years ago, I had the Wacom 13 HD. And the thing I hated the most about that tablet, besides the fact that my pen broke and I couldn't get a replacement for it from Wacom, was the stand. I hated the stand on the Wacom 13 HD because it had like 3 heights you could set it at. It was one of those ones where, here, I'll kind of draw out what the stand looked like on the Wacom. It had like this dumb stand, right? So imagine the tablet is kind of vertically standing like this, right? It had these grooves in it that you would like prop up, and then the tablet would lean back on it like this. I don't know how clear that is, but it basically just like from a side perspective, you know, your tablet, you know, this is the tablet, this is the bottom of the stand. It would like pop up like this. And there was only like 3 heights that it could lean on. So it could either be like that, or I think it had like a really tall one like that. So it meant that, you know, you weren't able to adjust it, you know, maybe you want it down here, you know. Or maybe you want it in between these or in between these. You can't do that. It had 3 heights and that's it. And if you didn't like those, you were gonna have a shrimp back and you were gonna be angry. And you were gonna have to, you know, adjust how you were sitting instead. This one, it has like, it's almost like, you know, like a claw clip for your hair where you just kind of pinch it and it opens. It's kind of like that. You like pinch it, and then you can just adjust where you want the height to be. So I have mine kind of leaning back right now. But when I don't have it leaning back, I just stand it fully almost upright and then use it, you know, just as a third monitor. So it's not even like taking up a lot of space on my desk when I'm not using it, which is another really nice thing that I like about it, because the Wacom tablet equivalent took up so much room because it couldn't stand like almost fully vertical. And once again, it had this big space in the back of it, so I couldn't put anything like here behind the tablet when I was using it. It took up like so much more real estate on my desk. Whereas this tablet, you know, I think it kind of more stands like this. The stand is kind of like back here, you know? So it's more like that. So there's all this space behind the tablet that, you know, my cat likes to sit behind. He's really been enjoying that. Like, I could theoretically, like, put a lamp back there, which I've been thinking of doing just for better face tracking, because it seems like my face tracking is having some issues right now. Apologies for that, by the way. I'll troubleshoot that another time. What really mattered this stream was my mic and making sure that that was working. But yeah, so I've been really liking it a lot, and I wanted to tell you guys about it because, you know, not only did they send me this, so I want to make sure I get them a good review, the things I'd like, and maybe would suggest feedback on, which there really hasn't been a lot of that. But also just the fact that I know a lot of you guys are also fellow creatives, and I want to give you guys feedback and advice for different software, different equipments that you can use to speed up your process and, you know, just making art easier. Because that's really my goal, is like, I want making art to feel easy. I don't want it to feel like a chore, because if it feels like a chore, I have ADHD and my brain's not going to want to do it. So if I can make it easy to just jump in and work on something and have fun doing it and not run into a bunch of issues where I'm going to have to take time out of my creating to troubleshoot, that's like the ideal. And yeah, I really like this tablet a lot, and I would recommend it. I haven't tried their other products, but if they're as nice as this, then, you know, if you don't need something that's 24 inches, I went for the big one because I wanted to feel what it would be like to draw on a really, really big surface. But they have smaller models too, so if you need something more compact, or if you just want something more compact, that's also an option for you. Is it uncommon to draw flat, or is it like better to draw tilted? It is massive, Genevieve. Tenchi, it is okay to draw flat. However, it's not going to be good for your back long term to do that. It's better to draw on an angled surface. Kind of think like how painters draw and their canvases are like vertical and then they stand while drawing. It's ideal to have your back as upright as possible, because if you're leaning forward, you're gonna, I mean, I'm 30 now, so I'm really feeling this big time. Anytime I'm like leaned forward and I have to like straighten up, my back is like, don't want to do that. So if you're, you know, bent over drawing, what's kind of colloquially known via artists as like shrimping, right? You're drawing and your paper's like right here. You're gonna be shrimping your back. And then, you know, when you try to like stand up again and fix your back, it's gonna whine at you. So it's better, you know, to have something that's more vertical, so you can kind of sit more like this. I mean, your spine already has a natural curvature to it, so it's okay if it's bent like a little bit, but you want to avoid going full shrimp. Hag as... Yeah, I'm a hag. I'm over 30. It's real hag hours here. But yeah, so it's better if you have something that's more vertical. That there's a happy shrimp. Yeah, it's definitely better for you to, you know, not full send it on the shrimping. But yeah. So let's see. What else did I want to talk about this stream before I just kind of jump into working on stuff? Oh, that's another big one. So this thing, since it's connected to the computer, I don't have to rely on my Wi-Fi signal. I did try to stream with my iPad recently, and something I experienced with that is, because I'm in a different part of the house now, I moved my office from downstairs to an upstairs room, the Wi-Fi doesn't reach this room as well. So that meant drawing on a iPad, I was having trouble actually connecting to my computer or my Reflector app. And so I don't have to worry about that with this tablet, which is really nice. That was one thing I wanted to bring up. Let's see, I'm looking at my list right now. The adjustable stand. I talked about the battery life already. Oh yeah, it has 2 pens, which is crazy. It has like a skinny pen that's almost more like an iPad pencil, for those of you who might be like having a thinner pen. And then it has kind of the fatter, typical tablet stylus, you know, the one that's kind of like this, where it's got like the wider tip on it. It has one like that, but it also has like a really, really skinny pencil one, which, I mean, let's see. It does have buttons, so you probably couldn't add a grip to it, but if you prefer like the iPencil just for the thickness of it, there is like an option that kind of fits both niches depending on what you're used to. Internal battery, yep, I already talked about that. You can also adjust the color settings because it is just a monitor. I haven't done that just because I haven't found a need to yet. The color seems fine to me, but if you're someone who prefers their colors to be really, really, really insanely accurate, I know you can adjust them to be more display accurate for print, for example. But yeah, I mean, I pretty much covered everything that I can think of. I think it's great. It's great for content creation. I really want to maybe tomorrow try playing some games with it, if that makes sense. I have an emulator, and I've been really wanting to try playing Cooking Mama using it, because Cooking Mama uses touch controls, so that's very difficult to emulate just with a mouse. So I might try tomorrow, as long as I'm not busy. This week I might get busy again because I'm starting up another project. But I might try some Cooking Mama streams tomorrow and see how well it handles that. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I kind of want to just get back to this piece of Doorman art I've been working on, because I'm so dang close to getting it done. There it is. You see the like other bellhop costume I saved? Because initially I was like, oh, I kind of want to draw like Simone with Doorman so that when I play Deadlock I could post that. And then I got like, okay, but like what if like I actually do something really painterly for once in my life? So I kind of got sucked into doing that instead. Oops. Let's see. I need to adjust this. Did I draw his hands too big? Doesn't feel like they're too big. Okay. So how's everybody's weekend going? I actually have a meeting tonight with my sticker guy at 5, so we're probably gonna wrap stream up at around like 3-ish, just so I have time to get ready for that. Wait, no, not 3-ish. We'll probably wrap up more around like 3:34. So it's probably gonna be kind of a shorter stream today. Just a heads up, but I did want to have a nice video I could send them and kind of like talk about my experience with the tablet, because I'm really liking it so much, you guys. It's so cool. What was that? Ghostly, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome in. We're testing out a Xencelabs tablet today, so if you have any questions about that, I would be more than happy to answer them. Let's see. The hardest part on this is going to be actually like coloring the hands, because I've had pretty good reference for like his chest and face lighting wise, but not really his hands at all. Hee. Oh my god, if you spam that, I'm gonna take away the ability. Doesn't help that I don't draw painterly stuff very often. So this is an area of art that I don't actually have a lot of experience drawing in. That doesn't look great at all. Try drawing like the highlights themselves. I knew I was saving this part for last because I was like inexperienced, but like, oh. It really is difficult. I do want to get better at like the more painterly style though, so this is good practice for that. Guess I can always look at my own hands too for reference. I think his thumb's too fat. Yeah, his thumb's definitely too fat. Oof. Ah! Maybe I should have his thumb, like, out a little bit, too. Definitely, I made it too big. Give him a fat thumb. Gotta fix that. I'm learning. Let's repaint that, shall we? We gotta restart this hand. How did I get it to look so good on the sketch and it's just like... Like looking at my own hand now, like what are you? Okay. Hands are hard, you guys. Even now, I have a difficulty with them. Does look a little better. Especially like a pointing pose. I'm determined to make this look good, even if it takes some redrawing. Excuse me. Let's merge those. Even you who can juggle multiple styles. Yeah, it doesn't mean I'm the best at them though. There's lots of art styles that, you know, I'm not great at. I think it's great to be a style chameleon, but, you know, I'm never gonna be great at everything. But that's kind of cool, too, because it means that, you know, I'm always gonna be able to look up to other people. And, you know, there's probably people who look up to me, too. They're like, I can't do that style, but Simone can. That, like... No. So many, like, weird ways hands can overlap. He looks like he's doing like the well, actually pose. Well, actually. Hands are actually easy, you're just bad at drawing them. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Give him some SpongeBob teeth. That looks so cursed. I could draw that better. Give him some glasses too. One of my favorite Deadlock fan artists draws him with glasses because they have like a headcanon AU where he's like an old man. So they gave him like Poindexter specs pretty much. Frickin' nerd. I'm a mustache too. Graffiti on my own art. I feel like a really one. Wouldn't it be weird if humans had like 2 sets of eyebrows? Like, what if we just like had another set of eyebrows? You know, there's people who draw like characters with like 4 eyes and stuff. It's like, okay, where's the other eyebrows? That doesn't even look that weird. I think that's even weirder, is that it doesn't actually look that wrong with more than 1 set of eyebrows. Here we go. The good news is that I'm hating this hand less and less the more I look at it, so that's a good thing. We may get to the point where I don't hate the hand at all. Oh, a miracle. Let's turn off the blue line layer. Yeah, I think we're close. We're getting oh, what the heck? Ah! I drew it with the blue by accident. I do that a lot if I'm using blue line. Ah! Ruben! Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my god, I forgot that was my raid message. Underscore not, thank you for the follow. Let me give you a shout out real quick. Not shout out, shout out. What were you guys up to today? Oh, I don't think any of my mods are on right now. There we go. No, not shared chat. Oh my god. There we go. Like, twisted a weird way to type right now. What the? You're playing Deltarune. Nice! Thank you! Yeah, I'm really happy with it. What the? Oh, the tablet pen rolled under the monitor. I can turn the stupid glasses off. I was just pranking him because I thought like he kind of was looking like that, like, oh, will actually pose. I hope you guys had fun playing Deltarune. I really need to play through those games. I played, like, through the first act and then never, like, did any of the follow-up stuff, so I know I'm, like, really behind on things. But, like, you know, I kind of get a lot of Deltarune knowledge, like, via osmosis, because I have a lot of friends who play it. We're getting somewhere. I'm only on the first act. Oh, yeah! Okay, so then, yeah, you have played the one I played, at least. Yeah, the first act is really fun. I remember when it first came out, people were losing their minds. They were losing their minds. Because we didn't realize it was, like, just, like, a full game. Toby Fox, you madman. Only you would release just a full game to the ether. We're getting somewhere with this. Also, your model is... Oh, thank you! Yeah! My friend Straub made this model for me. I'm planning on working on my 3.0 soon, but I haven't had time on it. Time to work on it because I've been so busy. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you guys have a great day. If you need a jet, I totally understand, but if you want to hang out too, it's probably a great stream to do that in because we're just kind of vibing. We're just kind of vibing and drawing, and I'm talking about this tablet that I'm testing. Dude, I cook so hard with this face. It's kind of crazy. Cooked. Freaking cooked. Your drawing is so nice. I love the Doorman. Me too! I love Straub's Pipsqueaks. Me too. I want to get one for my best friend so bad. So that we can have matching Pippies. Yeah, I main Doorman and Deadlock, so I'm kind of obsessed with him right now. He's so, like... His design's, like, so good. Valve always cooks with their character designs, though, so I'm not really surprised. It's just, like, they cooked extra hard on him. You know how you, like, you know, you could tell when a meal's made with love? That's how I feel about the Doorman. Whoever designed him... They put a lot of love into that design. Yeah, Valve does the most with their character designs. I love Valve so much. Talk about, like, companies I would kill to work for. Or, like, do something for. Especially with Deadlock, because I'm really loving Deadlock. I was playing it before stream today. Yeah, I cooked. I don't know, I'm just a fan of, like, characters who are, like, eldritch gods or, like, otherworldly entities cosplaying service workers. I realized that, like, after he came out, because, like, before he came out, like, I'd seen him in Hero Labs and I was like, eh, he looks okay. But then, like, when they added him formerly, I'm like, oh. Oh, okay, Actually, I'm very interested in this character. I need to know everything about you. I need to know your birth chart. No, I'm just kidding. I need to know where you were born, what time of day it was, what the day was, what season you were born in, where on Earth you were born. It's such a good trope, and yet I can only think of, like, 2 characters with the exact same situation. It's like Sebastian from Black Butler and him. I'm not kidding. What's your rising, Doorman, right? I'll, like, be in the voice chat for my friend's Discord talking about him, and people will tell me to touch grass. I'm like, I don't want to. Is that, like, one scene of Christopher Walken? No. What do you mean, no? I don't want to. I'm having fun. Don't spoil my fun, you guys. Okay. I don't want to like, got such a good balance of the colors on this that like I don't want to fuck it up. I'm so not used to painting, so like I said, like this is all like flying by the seat of my pants, like trying to get the values right. I don't do this kind of art style frequently, but I want to practice because it, you know, I see others with like this cool art style where it's like painterly and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I want to draw like that. And then I see stuff that's like more like pop art, like thick line, kind of Y2K, super flat. And I'm like, oh, I want to draw like that. I'll just be scrolling Twitter and see like 6 different art styles. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna save that because I want to practice that. I'm gonna save that because I want to practice that. Meanwhile, I'm not getting better at any of them because I like am saving references and not actually drawing. But like, kind of like G-Man from Half-Life, but like hot. I saw someone be like, I can't believe they took Scout TF2, G-Man, and Germa and put them into a blender and spit this guy out. And I'm like, they're kind of right. That's kind of accurate, right? But yeah, it's not just like, okay, I think like from a lore perspective, he's cool, right? But also the gameplay. This dude literally just has a portal, like, the portals. And it's a really good mechanic. And I'm really good at using him. And then like you lock people away in like the back rooms for his ult. Are you kidding me? That's so much fun. Obsessed. I'm obsessed. Your Honor, I'm obsessed. I refuse to be normal about this character. I'm very good at playing him. I wish I was the best at playing him. Then I could like do tournaments and stuff, but I'm not gonna ever be there. Wish I enjoyed that kind of game, but I just obsess over the characters. That's fine too. I also just hope they add more casual game modes, because like my husband really wants to get into it, but he hates MOBAs. And like, I'll be real, I don't really like MOBAs either, but it's enough like kind of the Overwatch hero shooter kind of genre where I've got the carryover skill. So I've learned kind of like how to do the MOBA stuff. But he's just like, I want them to add like, you know, traditional like FPS game modes like payload or capture the flag. And I'm like, yeah, I hope they do too. But who knows? Who knows when they're gonna do that? Because, you know, they're focusing on developing other stuff. Got other game modes. And it is kind of like a MOBA first, so only so much you can really expect from it. Probably define this kind of key pendant more. I just like, I heard that also they're planning on making the lore stuff is gonna be like not like a dating sim, but like a visual novel. So I think that's like a really cool way of doing lore for a game like this. I'm excited about that too. I don't know, there's just like a lot to be excited about. I feel like you can tell whenever Valve actually gives a shit about the games they're developing and they're like actually gonna release, cause I'm seeing that they are very excited about this game. Hi Theta! You guys, did you know Theta is one of my friends? Theta is one of my best friends. And they're funny, and they're like, their smile, I feel like could, I almost said cure world peace. I think their smile could end every war. And their laugh could, bring world peace. That's the word I was looking for. Every friend group needs a Theta. That's my unfettered opinion. I wonder what this, if it's like just like a charm on his uniform, or if that's like, I don't know. I want to know more. I want to know. Can you show me? I miss when Disney had Phil Collins do songs for them. I feel like that was just like an entire era of Disney movies that just like, we kind of moved on too fast from that. They're having like a Phil Collins moment. Do you think someone like on the development team or like one of the executives was just like a huge What was his band? Genesis was like a huge Genesis fan. They're like, you know what? I can use my Disney powers to, you know, hire him, and then I have an excuse to talk to him. That's whatever I think. That's what I think. Well, like whenever I see like, oh yeah, they're getting this musical artist is like cameoing. Is it just like the creator just like wants to meet them and hang out with them? So events set in place for curing peace. Let's go. Let's go. It's about dang time. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that little button. A nice wooden lacquer button. I think that's my favorite, like, Trixie and Katya story. The brooch that was at Katya's apartment that showed up on the stream, my god. It'll happen to you. Okay, let me add some highlight to the other side of this finger. Rim lighting, my beloved. You make my whole world so much easier. That looks... We're close. I can tell we're close. We're not close to being done, but like we're close to being done. That hand looks good, right? Whew. I've fallen down a rabbit hole of Eldritch Gods dressed as service workers. How many are there? Because the only one I can think of is Sebastian. And he's cool and all, but like... I need to know if there's more examples of this trope, like how many examples there are. Almost the entirety of The Good Place. Oh! You're right. I guess I didn't think about them because, like, attitude-wise, they're not very similar. Like, I don't know, Michael is, like, nice when I think about him. I know that's not true, like, when it starts out. Like, I'm not gonna spoil The Good Place for anybody who hasn't seen it because I think it's a great show and everybody should watch it, but, yeah, that is true. Fair enough. You know, fair enough. That is indeed an example of that trope that I hadn't thought of. That's also such a good show. Oh my god, I cried. I cried when that show ended. It was like the last episode of it and I was watching it with Graham. And I freaking bawled my head off. It's so good. I think that's one of the best shows of all time, if I'm being real. Like, talk about consistency from, like, start to finish. Wow. Just like a work of art. Highly, highly recommend. Let's add some shading here. Which show? Sorry, my phone died. The Good Place. It's so good. Less Eldritch God, but more Mr. Blue Eyes from Cyberpunk 2077. Similar. Oh, see, I haven't played any of Cyberpunk, but that doesn't surprise me that there's a character sort of similar, at least. That doesn't surprise me at all. I know Graham really likes that game. My husband. My man. Graham plays a lot more, kind of variety of games than I do, typically. Which I think is cool, because I learned lots of stuff via osmosis of him knowing about it. I think everybody, like, when you're looking for a romantic partner or a life partner, try to look for someone who has very similar interests to you, but just different slightly. Because that just means you're gonna get introduced to, like, a lot of cool stuff that you would probably really like a lot, but you might not have found just, like, by yourself. Which I think is really, really fun, really neat. It keeps your life so much more interesting. I'm so close. I can taste it. I feel like this finger... a little thin. Mm-hmm. That looks pretty good. That's exactly what I feel my relationship is. Yeah! Relationship? Relationship? Because I feel like a lot of people look for, like, an opposite. Like, opposites attract. Or, like, someone that's exactly like them. Which I'm sure can work, but, I mean, as far as my experience... I like the similar but different kind of stuff. Because also, I think it's important to have your own hobbies too that you don't share with someone. You don't want to be joined to the hip with someone constantly. They sell relations. Uh-oh. It's good to strike a balance. Yeah, exactly. You get it, you get it. Okay, I think it's pretty clear now that this dude is wearing gloves. Dude, I kind of rendered the crap out of that hand, although the finger still looks weird to me. What the heck is going on? Decided to check out Chobits because you mentioned it. You were right. Yay! I don't know what I said about it. I hope it's a good thing that I'm right. Did you like it? Because I know Chobits isn't for everyone. It has great moments, but also has some weird stuff, because, you know. I think it's cool. Yeah, it was weird. Dang it! Weird good, weird bad, weird you liked it, weird you bounced off of it. Tell me more. Just to give you some perspective, I read that in middle school for the first time. Formative experience. IDK, maybe I'll give it another shot. I mean, look, you don't have to like something just because I recommend it. It's okay to not like something. I'm looking at my own hand. Looks pretty accurate. However, I think the tip on this finger still is like too pointed. It would be more front facing. That does look better. I'm glad you at least gave it a shot, Tenchi. Okay, now I gotta draw this dude's keys. Which are going to be angled different because I moved the position of the hand from how it looked in the sketch. Do I need to move him over? Do I need to make the wider? I'll watch anything once. I think that's a good rule to have. Let's move that over just a tick. Okay, that's covering enough space. Want to make sure there's nothing clipping off. I'm really, really proud of how this looks. Okay, but he does really give like actually vibes a little bit. I kind of want to add some like vignetting. Is that the word? Vignette? That's a word. The background. Yeah, because I kind of want this to look like a spooky, like, painting you'd see in, like, a haunted house. Give it an aquamarine glow? What's that? There's, like, a little bit of, like, glow around him, but maybe I'll add some more. That's looking pretty sick. Like a bluish green glow. I want it to be black and white though, because I want it to look like an old photo. Okay, I need to see what this guy's keys look like, so I think I need to boot up the game. Let me boot up Deadlock right quick. I can't get over the fact that he looks like he's about to go like, well, actually. And I think I need to add a little bit of... a little bit of that. Just a little bit of more rim lighting. And I'm gonna save that while I boot Deadlock up. Oh, I can't see OBS anymore. That's fine though, because I'm just gonna get a screenshot of this dude's butt. Got it! Because I just need to see what the keys look like. Because they don't look like standard keys. I'm gonna be so mad. I gotta exit out of the game. Welcome, Julian. How are you doing today? There we go. So they have like a glow around them. So let's turn these black and white. They're like a neutral gray color. And we're gonna draw these on a layer above everything. So let's get a figure ruler. We're gonna make an oval. So I'm gonna be damned if I'm gonna try to draw this like key ring. Freehand. It's too much of a pain in the butt. Too thick. Like that. And then we're gonna delete the ruler. And we're gonna warp it so that it's thicker in the front than it is in the back. There we go, that's pretty good. How are you doing today? I'm doing good, Jojo! I am just working on this Xencelabs tablet again and talking about how much I like it. Because they sent it to me and I want to be sure to give them a good review. Talk about everything I like and dislike about it, but honestly, I don't really dislike anything about it. All the things that I've encountered that have been annoying were not the fault of the tablet, and were in fact just Microsoft being stupid or Clip Studio settings that I had to figure out. The tablet itself has actually been very, very nice. How are you doing today? How was your Halloween? What did you do? I went and hung out with some friends. We played, well, I didn't play. I just kind of watched. A bunch of my friends were playing, like, Gears 2 Horde mode. They set up, like, a big LAN party for it. It was pretty sick. A bunch of my friends were having fun with that. Oh, there's 4 keys. Interesting. They look like they all have the same, like, design, so maybe I can just, like, draw one and just, like, manipulate it? Gears of War, yeah! Gears of War! Gears of War 2. I believe it was Gears of War 2, at least. I might just more rulers to draw these keys to make sure they look right. Shift. Make the circle about that big. And we are going to draw a line down. Keys, brother, keys. Doing great, and I did a Halloween party. Thank you for asking me. Yay! That's so much fun. I hope you guys had fun on Halloween this year. Halloween's probably like one of my favorite holidays. Move this key so I can actually see what I'm doing, and I'm gonna turn the ruler off. And I got candy, let's go! You'll love to see it. I just bought candy because, like, I don't do trick-or-treating no more. Because I'm 30. Could you imagine? Yeah, you guys, I went trick-or-treating this year. I feel like if I was short, I probably would have trick-or-treated for longer, but I'm like almost 6 foot, so it's kind of a little obvious that I'm no longer a child. But, you know, the people online, like in Deadlock and stuff, they think I'm a child. Everybody's always saying, like, you sound like a 12-year-old. The least I could do is get some trick-or-treating candy, you know? I did try and milk it for as long as I could when I was younger. I don't blame you for that at all. I mean, you guys saw my Twitter post. I think trick-or-treating should be an all-ages activity. I think everybody should be able to trick-or-treat as long as you're dressed up. I don't care how old you are. I think, you know, you know, the world sucks sometimes. The least we can do is give people free candy for dressing up as a cool character. Trick-or-treating should be all ages. I'm gonna flip that one actually. Form, flip, vertical. Yeah, because it switches every time. Edit, transform, flip vertical. And then I'm gonna merge all those because I'm crazy. I'm insane. I'm twisted. Ah! There we go. Now I can turn the stupid sketch off and just work on rendering, my favorite. We're almost done. Is at the end of the day free candy? No, yeah, exactly. Free candy, bro. It's free candy. It's free real estate. I still love that meme. What the flip? Oh no, it's on the sim layer. Okay. No, not this color. Hi, Diggy! How are you doing today? Let's go. Okay, now I just gotta add the rim light that's around all of them. And the sparkles, which I will be using my patented magical girl drawing kit 4. Losing DST means I'm no longer slightly nerfed, right? I stayed up till 1 yesterday working on this Diggy, and right after it hit 1, I was like, oh man, it's so late. I need to go to sleep. And then I went downstairs, and me and Graham listened to like an audiobook for like an hour. And then we're like, oh man, it's getting late, like really, really late. We should check to see what time it was. And we looked and it said it was 1:07, and we were like, what? Because we forgot it was daylight savings time. We're like, huh? What? I swear, it was 1 when I finished drawing. And then we realized, we realized it was daylight savings time, which normally I hear about it. And this year I just like didn't. Like no one told me this year for some reason. Actually, that kind of works. That kind of work a little bit. Merge. Simpson. Let's clean this up. Actually, wait. Blur this just a little bit. Did that do anything? Oh, I had that on. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Just a little bit. Yeah. It's such a huge difference. My inner clock can immediately feel it. Yeah, I didn't, like, I stayed up till, like, 1 last night, right? It didn't feel like it. Or, I mean, I stayed up till, like, 2, and, like, hey. My body was like, you know, you're doing okay. Which normally, like, I'd be feeling like doo-doo poo-poo. Oh, I was using the wrong brush. Crap. I'd feel like crap, you know, but today I feel okay, so, you know. Must be doing something, right? I just wish we could get away with the time change stuff, period. I want there to be an hour extra in the day, like at night, all the time. I don't want it to be bright in the mornings. I want it to be bright at night. Because I'm home at night. Graham's home at night. It sucks when he comes home and it's already getting dark out, you know? But I know some people are like, no, I want it to be bright in the morning when I'm driving to work. But it's just like, okay, but you're gonna be driving home at night in the dark. So like, you know, wouldn't you rather drive home when it's light than drive to work? Because it just means you're spending all your daylight hours working and that's boring. Save some daytime for when you're at home and you have leisure activities, you know? I don't know, people have preferences. It'd be nice if we could just have both, you know? Okay. I hope you had a happy Halloween, Diggy. Can I ask what the olive stuff was on your stream? I saw you, did you just like go as an olive this year for Halloween? I wasn't sure if there is a greater joke to be found there. And I was curious about that. Thanks for being the background stream to me doing art for the first time in 8 months or so. I'm proud of you, Jude! We're both working on art. Proud of you, bestie. Jarud, I sent this art to Jarud at like 1 a.m. last night, even though I knew he was asleep because I had to show someone. Because I was really proud of it. Jarud getting that 1 a.m. ping. Look what I drew! Look what I drew, Jarud! Let me wake you up from REM sleep to show you a painting I did of my Fortnite. I almost said my Fortnite main. He's not from Fortnite. Of my Deadlock main. There we go. Sloth. Yeah, it's a sloth. It's Jarud. That's Jarud. Okay, I need some sparkles. We need some sparkles. Raw. I want like... I think the 4-point star is probably the closest. 4-point raw. No, maybe it's 4.2. Maybe I should angle them a bit. Brush shape. Angle. What? Is that the angle of this brush? Yeah. I'm so confused. Brush size. Color jitter, brush shape. Oh, there it is. Duh. Make small ones. Maybe this one is a little smaller. Made it a little too big. Yeah! That honestly, like, might be done. Where is the swish? I think it's right there. Yeah, let me turn that down just a little bit. I like it more this way, but I know... I mean, does it really matter what side his hair noodle's on? I don't think it does. I think it looks better like this. I know. On one hand, like, it doesn't matter. I should just, whatever it looks best with, I should just do. But the other side of my brain is like, no, it's not accurate to his character design. His hair noodle's on the other side. Edit. Crop. Yeah. Now, with or without the subtle glow? Maybe a little less glow. It's too much is a little bright. Need that, and then... A little bit more glow around his head. But on a different layer. Yes. I like that. I think this looks good. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more white to his fingers, since technically there would be a glow there from his keys. But like, besides that, I think it's like done. This looks amazing. Thank you! I'm really happy with it. I'm looking to see if there's like, oh. He needs a little bit more rim light on his pants. Oh, he's missing like some of the black on his pants too. I think because like I literally like... Yeah, he's missing a little line right there. Oops. I fix real quick. The frick? What is on? Oh. Fix the crotchal area of his pants really quick. Just last minute adjustments to make sure he doesn't look stupid before I post this on like the Deadlock Discord. I'm being nitpicky now, I can feel it. Aren't I always, though? Okay, I think we're at a place where we can call this done. I'm very happy with it. For a illustration that I did in a style that I normally don't do, that I did in like probably about 6 hours total, I think I did really a good job on it. You be the judge, I guess. And once again, I'm still not happy with it. I'm going in and making adjustments. Oh. There we go. Want to make sure edges are readable. Okay. I think this is actually a pretty good place to wrap up. It's about 4 o'clock. Let me find someone to raid. I had a great time with you guys today. See who is live right now. Oh, Big Nose Bug is live. I think they just Oh, and I thought they had one viewer. I'm like, oh, they must have just gone live. No, they have quite a few. I think we're gonna raid Big Nose Bugs today. Biggest Noses Bugs. Oh, I misspelled it. Oops. Oh, and you beat me to the raid messages. Thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow, probably testing out the Xencelabs tablet more. I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you learned some stuff. I hope you had a great time. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have fun over at Big Nose Bugs. Bye!